All right, welcome back. So sorry for the delays. Mr. TJ here to finish up scrims. You know, he's good at Rocket League. And I was just jumping into another phenomenal lobby of Rocket League as we got Brewton-Parker versus Siena Heights in the grand finals of Monday Night Lights. TJ, I know you're very familiar with your BPC boys. So what are you looking forward to in this grands?
Yeah, I love this program. I love the way they're ran. Shout out to Coach Stanley over there. Nami, this team is incredible, top to bottom. They continue year after year, no matter who is starting. They always seem to just be consistent. They always seem to be in that top 20, that top 15, but you cannot count out the Siena Heights roster. I'm very excited to see how they've done. I've gotten to watch the action a little bit today, but like you mentioned, wasn't scrims, so on me, guys. But I'm excited for this one. Hopefully the VPC guys will represent Georgia well.
All right, well, we'll see. We should be getting into this best of 7 shortly. Brewton-Parker trying to avenge their second place of last week. Siena Heights, a newly invited team. I brought them in to try and beat the Volunteers of Tennessee, but they dropped in round 1. I never got to even see that matchup. So we got Siena Heights looking very good all throughout today against the BPC that just dismantled Texas. So getting into it, 10 seconds in, Siena Heights denied their opening chance.
What happened so far? Actually, didn't bring me into the lobby, so that's fun.
Oh.
So I'm good now. I'm catching up to the action
Right.
now. So we'll go flying off that. Where Antics double touch. You got to get used to seeing that man do mechanical plays like this.
Already, Brewton-Parker picking up where they left off in the Texas series. That is so quick from Antics. And Siena Heights, they have played good teams today, playing Skylines East Tennessee. They just played the high-flying Hammy-Crackers in the Florida Gators in the semifinals. And now they have upgraded the speed even more against Brewton-Parker, who can score from any angle they showed us in their semifinal. And Antics keeping things going for the Barons. And Kyler trying to do the same. That's just in 2-0.
Kyler, the newest addition to this Brewton-Parker roster. He's been around the program from what I've heard, but he is extremely new to the starting roster. Obviously, no Solus, no Sino. He comes out of nowhere in the last few weeks, and hey, good speed there on that one.
2-0, and then an open net. That's how you beat Siena Heights. You get the ball back before they can get back in defense. And off kickoff, that is a backwards Antics, fielding the ball. Unorthodox, but it works. Kyler getting back into the play upon respawn after that demo. And that's another clear for Brewton-Parker. Siena Heights, who did so well scoring the ball throughout today. Maybe warming up just a little bit more. They did have that break on the backside of their semifinal instead of the front side, like Brewton-Parker had. The nature of the beast when casting a single elimination bracket. So I would be surprised to see them just kind of slowly work their way back into this series.
I agree. I do feel like Brewton-Parker had the quote-unquote faster side of things. I mean, obviously they play Kane University in their first round matchup, which of all the teams they wanted to draw probably wasn't their favorite. But then they go into Texas, take care of business, versus where obviously Florida, very talented team, adding Hammy. But I think all night Brewton-Parker have been playing at the speed, and it's worked for them wonderfully, as that's a crazy trade there in front of the net. We're not going to see Siena Heights score on. We might see them get one of their own here. It's 11 top right, but nothing will be found. It's going to stay 2-0.
The block. Antics again coming up big for the Barons. Now cutting through the defensive third as he is stopped upon entering the midfield third. Kyler on the goal line having to do work, but Siena Heights adding more and more pressure as this game develops. Fuge peppering the back wall, but that's a great beat by Kyler. Big clear down the other end of the field, and Fuge lets that ball go, so he's 11 to help out there in the corner. 11 does well, drops that ball. It's always dangerous, but had Fuge and Yanini to help clear the zone.
The free jump from Antics there to deny that open shot. Wait a minute, though, might still be open off of Fuge. Manny will not be able to get there. It actually might have been Antics. Couldn't tell who, but regardless, looks like it was Antics. He couldn't get there in time, but a great touch from Fuge. Doesn't have to put too much power into it. Kyler almost reads it well, but unfortunately for the Brewton-Parker half, Siena Heights finally starting to get back into this one.
That is, again, unorthodox. Fuge just kind of parked and then shifted gears into reverse to get that one to go in. Brewton-Parker unable to stop that. Siena Heights on the board. Maybe that's the signifier that they are very much back. Here's Fuge had a chance to field that ball up front, but couldn't grab the stretch pass, turn it into a shot, and Brewton-Parker find a way out.
both teams having some odd double commits on both ends. So obviously seeing that adjustment, no matter who you play in the first and second round here, really just in classic Monday Night Lights fashion. But speaking of that, we see a shot go flying towards the Siena Heights net, but fortunately for them, they're going to save that one for the time being. But Kyler trying to keep some pressure on, but that's going to be 11. Reading that, Antics might just find Kyler on the counterattack here, but it's going to be Fuge. Awkward clear. Antics tap to Manny. Manny over one. Bumped off. Antics over one again. Here comes 11, who has to be the saving grace. It takes 2 men, and it doesn't even matter. He still gets the save. And here comes the counter. Siena Heights, though. Manny will finally give them some time, but Manny, wait a minute. Top. Thing.
Oh, no, Yanini had that ball sent right at their face, and they tried to cut around to keep playing offense on the blue side of the field, but was forced to play offense on the orange side of the field. Great finish on an open net, just the wrong one. So Brewton-Parker kind of forcing that, but Yanini put in a bad spot.
I mean, first game, it is a best of 7 if I read the stuff right?
Yeah, best of 7, best of 7.
Okay, so best of 7, obviously plenty of time here to kind of get into your rhythm, get into your swing, especially at this high level as awkward motion going on there from both teams in the field. We'll see, 11 gets bumped off. Kyler trying to flick over one, but Yanini, great clear by him, trying to find food on the counter. Solid pinch, but with a minute left, that's just possession that's going to be given away.
Try to grab it back from Manny and succeed. Siena Heights on the goal line, forcing a save out of Kyler. Fuge cutting back, popping to themselves. Center ball, can 11 cut? Yes, but that's a missed shot on what was an open net thanks to a Rule 1 going on right now in the goal. And so Brewton-Parker dodge a bullet. That could have changed this game completely, but all right. All is fine for Siena Heights as Fuge finds an open net and does what 11 could not.
Takes a Rule 1, but hey, game is game, right? Big respect to the two players, the Yanini and Antics, for holding that one. And hey, it gives Siena Heights a foot in the door.
40 seconds left. Lead cut to 1. Siena Heights absolutely have a foot in the door, especially with how they've been slowly getting better and better at controlling possession against Brewton-Parker. That last goal came off the back of an extended stay in the Baron side. And now, again, off kickoff, claiming possession. But Manny's up to meet Yanini, though. Siena Heights rep winning the initial challenge. Antics going the wrong way. That's another dangerous ball. I don't know what's gotten into the players, but own goals seem to be attempted on either side so far.
Not a lot of boost for Brewton-Parker either, but it might not even matter as that shot comes close. Antics and 11 will 50. 11 backflips, though. It's going to stall this offense, but Fuge, no boost. Just has to put something forward, but Kyler has plenty to use and a wide open net to shoot at. There is no such thing as defense here. 2 seconds left. I understand why they had to push forward, but unfortunately for them, will lead to it.
Okay, see, I saw Yanini going towards that side wall, but didn't have boost, so I had to collect it. And I figured with boost in hand, he would be able to get back for how slow that ball was trickling in, but didn't have it in the tank, so 4-2, Brewton-Parker sealing game 1, but they had to work for it. And it came off the back, I feel, of them playing their semifinal second and coming in the warmer of the two teams, which again, nature of the way the tournament is formatted. But hey, Siena Heights, they really warmed up there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, they really started to find their rhythm here. I believe that both these rosters, if I remember right, I think both these rosters have a new addition since they last were on your stream.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Siena Heights, they are, yeah. I forget who the new addition is for Siena Heights. I would imagine it's
Yanini,
based on,
yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the tag, so I'd imagine so. But both teams, obviously, having a different player than normal, but so far the matchup feels oddly similar. Brewton-Parker taking a lot of that early possession, a lot of that early control, and kind of getting some weird mechanical goals. But regardless, Siena Heights, they're here to play. We'll see what they got in store in game 2.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I forgot to bring the point up. Earlier when I saw how the bracket was kind of shaping up, I remembered that Siena Heights and Brewton-Parker have both actually played on Monday Night Lights before during our Great Lakes CRL night. And that was a 4-0 for Brewton-Parker. And Siena Heights have absolutely upgraded with Yanini since then. I love Benbow. And I know he's watched in chat supporting his boys, but Yanini's been popping off tonight and has really looked like a great new third. And Kyler, at times, has really looked like a great new third for Brewton-Parker, but Manny and Antics have been the two that have stolen the spotlight from the new Baron on the BPC side.
No matter what, they seem to always do that, and I've heard some really great things about what's to come over there at Brewton-Parker. So for them to have a player like Kyler who's able to stand in or just be ready to go for the fall and the summer series if he's needed, he's incredible. And speaking of incredible, Manny getting a massive pinch over one there, giving Kyler some much-needed possession for Brewton-Parker, but a great bump from Food is going to give Siena Heights their first major attack of this game. Giannini try and find something over antics here. A little bit of some antics in the corner there, but nothing exactly going to be found. Parker defense. Antics, though. 1v1 Menace trying to fake one, but can't find much more than a 50. And now you'll see Giannini. He's over one, trying to fight through the contact, but no and one, no shot. Brewton-Parker counter.
Antics now upfield, but beaten by 11. That is a clean beat for Giannini. I'm not sure what's happening right now on the field. There's a lot of stopping and starting from players at the moment, but Giannini has just scored, and that is a clean finish as well.
Yeah, I believe 11's complaining about the ping, because I think he's hovering at a very nice 104 right now. Not exactly where he'd want to be, but we'll see if maybe there's a server change in order after this game. Looks like he's going to stop, so I'm not sure if he would stop before that goal. I guess we'll leave that to the Monday Night Lights admin crew to figure out.
Oh, great.
Which was only, yep, just Bepic. So I guess we're going to watch them play it out, but I guess we're going to switch here, Bepic?
Hold on. I'm gonna sort it out.
Okay. Well, for the time being, I guess we'll cast the full play here. It looks like both teams kind of... Actually, I guess they are full sweating here. 11 finally has the ping to at least try to attempt to play this game. Somewhere around the 84 mark. Food, though. He's been good ping. He's been chilling. No signal needed for him. He'll try and do something here. Manny, solo play over Giannini, but not going to be found. It's the antics. Trying to flip this one down, and obviously players still trying to figure out they're going to actually start the server, but as of right now, they're playing things out as normal. Antics, typing for him. So it looks like we probably will switch them. Not counting that goal, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I'm See, I was gonna switch it, I just forgot. So that's completely
all
on me.
good?
That's why you don't produce, cast, and an admin. But
I don't know, does that first goal count though?
No, I'm gonna say complete restart because 11 was calling for it earlier.
Shout out Bepic admin, doing a great job as always.
Yeah, so we'll get it reset for game 2 in a second, but it's been back and forth. I mean, that was a great. I feel bad taking away that finish from Giannini, but that was.
He'll get it back.
He'll get it back. You're absolutely right.
He'll be good. I mean, he's looked really talented. Like you mentioned after game 1, he's been an extremely talented stand-in for the Siena Heights roster. One that I feel like has always been so close in major tournaments. I believe in Colleague they placed somewhere in the top 32, top 25 maybe. I believe they won their first and second round matchup, and then they went up against some crazy high-seeded. But they've always looked really good whenever this team has gotten together for a major tournament. But regardless, we'll see if they can bring it back here in game 2, as it put me in a lobby by myself.
Yeah, go ahead and leave that. That's on me. Again, I don't recommend adminning and producing and casting. It's
got it.
Stressful. But yeah, Siena Heights have been they flirted with the top 48 of Colleague several times throughout last semester. And so I expect them to keep this close with Brewton-Parker, despite what the last result between these two teams were, at least on my stream. So we will be getting into game 2. I'm just gonna say clean restart for the sake of simplicity. But I once we get into this with good ping for Siena Heights, I fully expect them to be able to keep pace with Brewton-Parker, because it was extremely close. The scoreboard being a 2-goal win for Brewton-Parker in game 1, I don't think does justice to how good Siena Heights was playing in the back half of that game. So that's just even standing, good ping. We'll see how SHU looks.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. We get good ping. We're on Central. A little more of a bit of a even playing field, I guess. Also, hopefully chat can hear my mic all good.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm home for the first day in a hot minute, so it's kind of bugging on me, but we're going to power through it. All right, we're having tech issues across the board, player issues across the board, but eventually we'll get game 2 to you.
Eventually, yeah. Sorry about that. I know there are a lot of Siena Heights fans in chat. Oh, and I gave the wrong info as well. So I was telling, who was it? Dronis in between this series and the last. Things have gone too well tonight. Like, things have gone so smooth. We've had great games so far, and something had to go wrong for the grand finals. It wouldn't be a Monday Night Lights if something didn't go wrong like this. So fortunately, we're getting it out of the way very early on. It's not like it happened at the end of an electric series that went like Game 6 or Game 7 on Champions Field. So we're getting it sorted now. Thank you for sticking with us. This has been my best viewership night of any of these Monday Night Lights ever. So huge shout out to everybody watching and contributing and just everyone involved with MNL tonight. It's been a wonderful night, and TJ, hopefully we can get the conclusion of Monday Night Lights overdone with no more tech issues starting now.
What happened? Tyler gonna try and get this one to Antics, but he can't get there first, so it's Food with great control. He might just open up a shooting lane. 11, gonna fake, take it back. That's just gonna fake. Manny reach through it.
Nini picking up 100 boost, but not going back for the ball, just looking to sweep the goal line of Brewton-Parker. The center ball, Antics able to stop it. It was a shot as well. Easily saved away. It didn't have too much venom. Siena Heights, though, their first possession of the game, really stepping up and controlling the game. I said I felt bad taking away that one goal they scored in the null and void game 2 that we saw, but at this rate, they could very easily find one back as Yanini is set up for success, though Manny back with no boost to stop that attempt.
Not a lot of boost on that Brewton-Parker half, and the counterattack was open there, but Manny's touch doesn't come. Neither will Antics, so now Manny has to use all of his boost to put a shot on net here that almost will be dunked in. Here comes Kyler. Low ball, trying to take a chance. Musty. Not going to land, though, so now Manny in an awkward spot off that wall. Takes one, but now Food looking to pass. That's going to be 11 with a major demo, but Antics, a good job to get there first. But wait a minute, Food might have a little more in the tank. Manny and Kyler double commit. That could be open here, but Yanini won't hit. 11 will backflip. It's chaos here.
And 11 trying to wrangle the chaos, but Food challenged by Antics. Hits the back wall and denied again on the near side by Brewton-Parker. Good defense. Even then, off the ball, bumping Yanini away from the play so they can't set up. He tried to get some revenge. It's actually 11. I find the demo on the goal line. Double commit from Brewton-Parker. I don't know how. No one has scored on either side of the pitch right now because we are playing at a frenzied pace. Demos abound, double commits abound, super low boost on the BPC end, and yet it's still 0-0.
I'm loving the demos from Siena Heights. It might just be enough to open up a shooting lane as Manny gets bumped, as I mentioned that. And unfortunately, nobody's able to follow. So now Yanini, is he going to fake for 11? Looks like some miscommunication there, but the shot might still come through. Tyler, though, massive clear downfield. Yanini, absolutely no boost. Has to slam it wall. Tyler, though, he might not get a great 50 here. Just gonna sit in that Siena Heights corner. But Siena Heights offensively looking a lot better as we approach the halfway point of this game.
Oh, yeah. And they spent 75% of this first half on the Brewton-Parker end. And that could result in an open net. That's just a miss out of the corner. Foods crept in. The ball got poked over his head, and Siena Heights just wasn't back.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of miscommunication on rotation. Very aggressive from Siena Heights. It's worked wonders, but Brewton-Parker finally avoiding the demos, and you get that one more player extra. Start getting some easy counters like that. So, halfway through, BPC up 1.
Nini beaten here. Going the wrong way. 11 will field on the back wall. Maybe it was intentional, knowing the caliber of not just the mechanics, but the brains of these two teams. I would be surprised if something like that was intentional, going all the way back, but it conceded possession, so it doesn't work out. In fact, Brewton-Parker again on the doorstep of Siena Heights. We'll be finding a 2-goal lead.
Brewton-Parker, a team that does wonders with a 2-goal lead. Obviously, just absolutely hunkering down when they need to, and they cannot find that one, so we'll see if it hurts them a little bit. 2 minutes left, still plenty of Rocket League left to play, and Siena Heights, you kind of dodge a bullet there, and you might just find the whole barrel to shoot at here, but unfortunately that net won't be found either. So again, more messy gameplay from these teams. Maybe it's a single limb finally getting to them, or maybe they're not as experienced Monday Night Lights as they should be to be ready for this one, as another double commit will come out, this time from Brewton-Parker. Food will try and make something of it, but it's just too weak of a touch. Manny, though, he's up for some reason. Antics, almost nothing in the tank, somehow finds that touch. 90 seconds left. Siena Heights needs one desperately, and they're so close. They might find it here. Kyler can't get it. Food will tie it up.
Great ground play right there, right in front of the Brewton-Parker net. There was a defender back here in Kyler that would have made a save had that initial touch from Yanini not been off the post or off the back wall. It set up an easy finish for Fuge. They got Kyler to jump, and all right, Siena Heights find an answer.
Well, see how they play with the added pressure. Actually, I should say the relieved pressure, but the added pressure. Parker break this tie. Yanini, though, looking really confident so far, taking that one towards the Brewton-Parker net, but he won't find it. Booge, though, he'll find a great 50, and Manny has to just shoot this on net. Wait a minute, Yanini, he can't get it. Neither can 11. It's another third-man miss, and it's another goal for BPC.
Just too awkward at the midfield line for Siena Heights. I think if Fuge doesn't spin out right, there's a chance to get an extra touch on the ball, and instead, no touch. Brewton-Parker goes straight down Main Street for an easy goal as SHU a bit scrambled there defensively, and now with a minute left, Brewton-Parker could go up 2-0 in this series.
Obviously, Siena Heights wanting to get this game, even if it is a little chalked, they would love the breathing room, love the mental reset of a tied best of 7, but you got to work to get it, and as of right now, they got it cut out for them, and they might just leave this net open here. Is anybody in the area? It's Manny in a 1v2. Antics faking 1, looking to work over 2. You betcha! 3-1, Brewton-Parker.
Antics coming up big time. What a play here. Realized that 11 was fake challenging, cut past him when he did decide to challenge, and finished over Yanini perfectly. Brewton-Parker executing down the stretch after playing so much defense to kick off game 2. Now, Siena Heights have a lot of work to be done in the final 40.
It's exactly what you hope for. Have your offensive leader, and Yanini, the new addition to this roster, almost comes up with a clutch shot there, but just a little high. But Yanini might just get a second chance here. But Antics taking control touch, gets the double past another player. Can he make the 1v3 happen? He'll leave it for Manny instead, who looks to drop this one. But Yanini tries to read it. Antics, though, he'll find another 2 goals for him.
With 20 seconds left, I think that's about it. Brewton-Parker, great finishing. I mean, they didn't have a ton of time spent in the offensive zone throughout this game too, but when they did get to play offense, they know how to execute on that side of the ball, and they did. 4-1, 4 goals against this Siena Heights team that didn't give up a ton in either of their 2 series previously. It's a statement out of the Barons.
Well, I asked how both these teams would respond to pressure this game too. Obviously, Brewton-Parker needing to relax a lot more. Kyler especially relaxing as he's at 90 points this game. Have to point that out. Sorry, Kyler. You might just find a goal here just to make sure they get a little bit of extra, but Antics can't keep it up. But you have a complete 2-man attack. It is all Brewton-Parker in the Siena Heights half, and it's Antics and Manny putting in so much work, and Kyler, he hasn't had to do anything because why would you? I mean, Siena Heights gets all the shots, leads in shots, but Yanini, 0 for 7, 11, 0 for 2, and they are playing really good, but they have got to find those shots along with not letting those freebies go by. I'm not really sure what happened on that second Brewton-Parker goal, but just something you can't have happen in a series like this.
You don't often see this Siena Heights team looked that scrambled, like they were on the pair of open nets that they gave up. I'm with you. I don't understand what happened defensively. It just seemed a little bit off for them. And they've been prone to the occasional mistake tonight, but on average, they have been one of the most mistake-free teams I've watched in a tournament setting like this in a long time. So, Game 3, they have to be close to mistake-free enough to win it, and all right, that's a pretty good start. 11 out of nowhere, first blood.
How about that one for 11, Kyler? Just kind of a little too slow to it. Parker maybe getting a little too aggressive for the first time. Also, there's no boost for Manny, so not much he could have done either way. But 7 seconds, Siena Heights right back in it.
That's what you need. I mean, after Brewton-Parker closes that game on the run that they did, that's exactly how Siena Heights has to start this game. First goal, the first 10 seconds, even better. But Brewton-Parker, a team that can respond, though again, 11 will intercept to the midfield line, setting up Yanini for a finish. It's basically a duplicate setup of the first goal that was scored by Siena Heights, but this one finished rather, by Yanini.
The confidence from Siena Heights is giving them these early goals. Yanini, who jumps for that? Who fakes it? Why does it even matter? It still goes in the back of the net. 11-2, the ego challenge on Kyler, really taking those 90 points to heart. But regardless, we'll see Brewton-Parker. Now again, the pressure back on them. Their first time trailing by more than 1, I believe. And we'll see if they get it right back here. Manny might just open it up. He tries to put it middle. Kyler can't get over 1. And Siena Heights, still plenty of Rocket League left, but they hold off Brewton-Parker for the first little bit.
Yanini shut down in the air. That's difficult to do, but Brewton-Parker accomplished that task. Let them a clear, but no offense built off the back of it. Instead, on the other end of the pitch, Antics has to dive back to block that shot from Yanini. Let's make the save, but the rebound starting to come in bunches 11 pops up with this ball, but Manny right there for the clear. Kyler the extension and double on target. That beats Yanini. What a shot by Kyler.
A shot that you just have to compliment if you're on the other team. 2 nice shots come through, and the 2 wheels touch that ball in the back of the Siena Heights net. That's a great one to get Brewton-Parker back into this one.
No kidding. After Siena Heights start on a bit of a streak in the first minute, Kyler comes up with a beauty. You called him out for having 90-something points in that last game, and he retorts right there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, good for him for stepping up. That's what we'd like to see. Obviously, Yanini has been great for Siena Heights, and Kyler, though he hasn't had to, you would think that in this best of 7, there's going to be moments like that where if he can do the extra mechanical things, it just helps Brewton-Parker get over that line. But so far, a 2-goal lead is quite the line, quite the head start. We'll see, or sorry, a 2-game lead is quite the head start. We'll see if they can continue on and make it 3-0, or if we see 11 lead his team to another goal and another major lead. Nothing yet.
Kind of force there. Not allowing anything from Siena Heights, though. Same goes the other way. No shot allowed by 11. And we're being harassed by Manny on the back wall. He'll buy time for his teammates to get there with plenty of boost in hand. Find a stop and a clear out. 11, though, denied entry into the blue end of the field. Kyler, a nice 50-50. And now again, Fuge nearly caught out, but they saved that shot from Manny. It's sketchy at times for Siena Heights defense, but they are working hard to keep this lead intact.
Right now, it's just 1v1 after 1v1 in the midfield. Here comes another one, but this time it's going to be on the Brewton-Parker net. 11! Bottom right, his second goal, and it's a massive dunk.
That is, oh, what a play. I just watched the replay on my other monitor with the stream pulled up so I could watch it a second time. And then a third after that. 11, wonderful play. We are seeing massive step-up moments from individual players on either sides of the pitch this game. And Siena Heights now, 2-goal lead reinstated.
Yeah, we've seen Siena Heights do all the stepping, and it's time for Brewton-Parker to try and even this one up. Again, obviously, you have that serious lead, but you cannot play with a cushion against a team like Siena Heights, especially one that decided, hey, let's just play as confidently as we want to. Let's ego chow everything. Let's push antics and leave our teammate a 2v1 who's somehow going to make it out of that. We'll see if there's a little more in the tank for Parker, but another awkward forced shot. Wait a minute, 11 dies, but not a single player can shoot. This might be a pass to Yanini. It goes right back to the net. There's no boost across the field. There's all demos. There's all bottom left for Yanini, but he can't find it. Now Kyler trying to lead the counter. Dunking 11. Now Antics, last man back, just trying to keep the ball close.
Oh, does well, but unfortunately for Antics, that ball heads right to Fuge, finding Yanini in the corner, but Fuge has the ball poked over his head by Kyler. Continuing the back and forth is developed here in the business end of Game 3. Yanini out to the side, gets it over Kyler on the first attempt, but Kyler stuck with it. That's good resolve in the middle of that play, setting up more offense from BPC. Yanini pitches with Antics, but Antics going the wrong way, so it's a retooling moment for Brewton-Parker as they reset their offense.
Kyler with the slow musty in the midfield, just because why not? Love to see the confidence out of them. They're down 2 here, but you got to find a little more in that. You got to find that extra touch, and Antics trying to get something started. It's a double commit, but Siena Heights are starting to adjust heavily here. Even with the double commit, even with the miss, they still manage to find each other and make sure Brewton-Parker doesn't get any more free goals for the rest of this game. And now with a minute left, there's one step closer. Just chalking this one up for BPC as a loss and get one game back in this series, but still a lot of work to do. And one player dies, going to make it a little harder here, as I believe Manny was reading the miss, or not reading the miss from 11. Antics reads the 50, but he can't get much. Now 11, no fake out Manny. Oh my gosh, what better of a goal could you ask for the hat trick?
11 on the ground has been the best player in the lobby in this game. That's another ground play that beats Brewton-Parker. And all right, Siena Heights, they see that 4-1 in Game 2 and match it here in Game 3. My word, what a way to get on the board in this best of 7.
Incredible from them to get back. Great momentum swinging game. Brewton-Parker might just find an extra one there, but not much else that he can do with that, as Antics just have to take another 50, and that's what Siena Heights is doing really well, winning every single one of those midfield 1v1s, and also finding a counter. Manny obviously has to try and push that one, just like Siena Heights did last game, but somehow, no extra goals, no charity for either team, and it looks like we'll see this one get slammed downfield, possibly going to be the end, unless Siena Heights wants one for the road. Unini on the net. It actually won't hit the ground. Wait. Okay, almost does. It did on my screen, but hey, 5-1. Why not?
Well, you are over in Georgia on East King, so we're in Central servers now, and Siena Heights looking good now that their ping situation has been sorted out. 5-1. Wow, I mean, that's the first game Siena Heights has gotten on Brewton-Parker on Monday Night Lights, so breaking the streak of 6 straight games favoring the Barons, and off the back of 11 and Yanini, putting up 11 shots together. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's a streak we would have liked to break earlier, but hey, you'll take it regardless. A great game win, 5-1. 4-1 if you don't want to count the charity goal at the end, but regardless, still a massive lead that they built up from start to finish, taking control of the midfield, and that's what they're going to have to do to beat this Brewton-Parker team. And Brewton-Parker not getting a lot of shots either, so great in the midfield, great on defense, and just taking those counters when you get them.
They actually haven't shot a ton in this series, Brewton-Parker. Games 1 and 2, they had 9 and 7 shots respectively. And here, obviously, lower than that, yeah, it's 6. But they haven't been putting a ton of attempts on net. They have really been waiting for their opportunities to develop against Siena Heights. And that makes sense because SHU today have been very stout defensively, tough to break through. And Brewton-Parker, they have to pick those moments perfectly if they want to make sure they're not giving Siena Heights an easy counterattack the other way.
Yeah, I feel like we have yet to see a total game of Rocket League from both teams. It feels like both have been riddled with mistakes and just all sorts of issues on the defensive half of both teams. But regardless, maybe we can get it in game 4. Brewton-Parker up 2-1 so far.
Siena Heights an answer. See if they can find a second one and level up this series. That's the wrong way, though. Meanie following it back. No extra touch, but it works out. 11 was able to collect it, though. And 6. That is just Manny completely disregarding the defense. And he will step in and mop up.
That's a very tough read. He almost gets back to it, but just not enough boost. Not enough people in the net. And Manny top right.
All right. Brewton-Parker, they have responded nicely. You drop game 3 in kind of blowout fashion. And come right back there with the goal, but Yanini and 11. They've responded as well. We're tied up again. I love that demo play because that open net was kind of flubbed.
Antics went for the mid boost. Kind of had full faith in that challenge there on the other side of the field, but unfortunately for him, too quick of a ball. And even with that demo, I feel like it's still, or even without that demo, I feel like it's still would have gone in. But regardless, we're tied.
I don't know, I feel like that shot was going where Antics could have actually gotten back to in defense there, but the demo secured it, so I won't even speculate on what might have happened on that previous play. Siena Heights find a first goal in game 4, really a second. The defense of Brewton-Parker prevailing, finding it clear to the midfield line, but Food places it right back, right in their faces. Still, 1-1 as Siena Heights set up their offense again.
I'm loving the first man work from Siena Heights right now. It seems like there's always somebody putting the pressure on, finding a demo, but can they find the save? Yes, Yanini. Great play from him. Food trying to make quick work out of the clear, but it's going to be 11 who has to work one over Antics, and it works wonders there. It's going to be an awkward 50 that Manny actually somehow turned into a possible counter, but Brewton-Parker, their second man, playing a lot more conservative in this game until right now. Manny looking top left, but 11 not concerned one bit.
Great save by 11. Where's the follow, though? Manny next up. Waterfalled the ball down, but the defense of Siena Heights was prepared for it. Ball off the ceiling. Antics ready for this. Food across. Yanini, the passing option there. Got the ball rather than a shot developing from Siena Heights. Now 2 go for this play. Game 11, both feeling confident they can get to it. Another one does. Kyler takes it away. But Siena Heights, they do not relinquish possession.
Past 2 there, 11, trying to do something similar, but one thing you'll notice is that they're still starving so much boost out of this Brewton-Parker half that there's rarely a time where all 3 players are completely full, and especially with a double commit like that, it's going to make things really awkward. Both Manny and Antics have to jump at that one. Kyler up next, he'll bang it away, but it's not what Brewton-Parker wants. It's not where you see. All this possession that they had is simply vanished, and we'll see if Siena Heights can make quick work of their turn to hold this possession. But that shot just a little high, but Manny's 50 will give them another chance.
Brewton-Parker right now is playing such confident defense, letting the SHU offense come at them, and sometimes they're forced to with the boost starvation that you mentioned, TJ. But they're making such great reads on the goal line, despite the double commit, despite the difficult shots to save, but Brewton-Parker's not conceding. And now, attempting a clear, won't be found as Giannini with full boost heads right back to the VPC back wall. They follow it themselves, they throw off Fuge, I feel, right there. He did get a touch on the ball, but Siena Heights taking the long way round right now when it comes to developing an opportunity.
And that's a major demo. It's been such a sloppy game that you'd love to see something come through here. 2 minutes left. Manny past 2, but 11 there. No Brewton-Parker demo is going to open up the field there, at least not late enough. As this shot might just find the top ends. No, it will not. It's a close shave from Antics, trying to make sure that he can do anything to give Brewton-Parker a chance here. And Manny kind of giving this one away, but forces 11 to at least stall this one away to Giannini. And it's just, again, more and more chaos the more this series goes on. Giannini, though, might just put an end to it. 11 has a wide open net. Both players no boost, but 11 simply was faster than that ball. Make it 2-1 Siena Heights.
Siena Heights finally caught the third man of Brewton-Parker rotating back with no boost. There have been no boost saves at BPC on their goal line in the insane last couple of minutes we just watched, but that time Siena Heights got a clean beat at their defensive end, and just had no boost to get back for the save. So a lead for SHU, but how long does it last? Brewton-Parker win the kickoff, try to set up their offense.
Be our third straight game here with a 1-goal lead with about a minute left. Last time, Siena Heights getting the multiple goals at the end. It was Brewton-Parker multiple goals before that at the end. And now with the demos, it's looking like Siena Heights might just be the favorites to take here. But I'm not a betting man. 60 seconds left here to see which team can try and either end this or force this to go to OT. But regardless, you know what Siena Heights is trying to do. They're trying to find that right corner there. Brewton-Parker on the counter, but it's a slow one at that.
Many bet on the extra touch from Antics, but still fielded the ball and deflected a flick nicely, though. The other way, hook shot from Giannini is hesitated just for a moment, and the postponement of their shot gets the last man out of position. It is looking very likely Siena Heights might be leveling this series up. They do have to close out the final 50, though.
It's a card game, but who says you can't go flying? Wonderful fake there from Siena Heights. Kyler, unfortunately not much that he can do, and it's starting to be this storyline of which third man on both sides is going to step up, as that almost could have been a major goal, but both Antics and Manny, either one wants to take that shot there. Now Giannini, we know he stepped up, but look on both sides of the scoreboard here. Fuge, he is the one that I'm looking at for Siena Heights to make sure they can drill these next 2 games and end this series, but on Parker's side, first you got to stop double committing and giving 11 these opportunities, but he can't put it away. And like I was going to say, Kyler's the one I'm looking for on the Brewton-Parker side of things. Had opportunities, but similar to Fuge, nothing has come through yet. But as a team, Siena Heights looks so much better, so much more confident. They might just find a fourth here. It's going to be under 1, but that 50 will be pushed away. 11's going to try and find another charity goal at the end here. We'll see if Fuge has anything in the tank. The answer is no. But Siena Heights, it's green lights and yeses all the way around. It's 2-2 so far.
Oh yeah, they are feeling good. Now that we have switched to central servers, they've gotten used to that. Look at the shot numbers. TJ, I think you can figure out what I'm looking at and I'm surprised about.
I don't know what's going on for Brewton-Parker. Like, yes, Siena Heights has so much pressure. They are doing a great job, but Brewton-Parker, they seem to have the chances, but just like we saw Manny and Antics at the end, who's going to step up? Who's going to lead? Sometimes it's Antics, sometimes it's Manny, and even Kyler had a goal there in the last game. But when you're not scoring, when you're not shooting, what are you going to do? Somebody's got to try and take a stand here. Someone's got to lead mechanically and get their way over 1 or 2 like Antics was able to do last game to keep that one close. But in this game, no heroics. And if you can't do that for any game this series, I don't see how they pull this one out.
And Kyler, another game in double-digit points. This time, though, it's not a 4-1 Brewton-Parker win. It's a 3-1 the other way. And so you look at that as kind of a negative rather than, oh, haha, Manny and Antics really stepped up and carried the load for Brewton-Parker. Kyler was just not involved enough. And I think that's due in some part to Siena Heights and how much they have stepped up on the defensive end and limited Brewton-Parker's points of entrance into their box, because so often Brewton-Parker, they were getting great opportunities right out in front of the Siena Heights net, but in the last game or so, they've really been limited to just taking shots from the midfield line and taking setups from the corner to try and get center, and even that corner stopped the near side. And Siena Heights don't allow a shot until now.
Oh.
Right, fair enough. Manny's going to score the first. Brewton-Parker on the board.
Well, you see Brewton-Parker get 2. You see Siena Heights get 2. Two adjustments happening this entire series so far, but who's is going to be stronger here, as this might be our first total Rocket League game, but as I say that, a sloppy goal kind of comes in here.
Antics chance to undo the sloppiness, but 11, nice stop. Can't let Antics get going in the air like that. He is a phenomenal aviator and taking control of the aerospace at times, but everyone on the pitch can do that. The ground game right now taking control. Siena Heights placing low shots on target, but all saved by Brewton-Parker.
He has plenty of boost to work with. That's a very awkward touch for him, but he's got the speed to get over Antics. And now, once again, here comes another 1v1. Kyler, this time he steps up. Manny gets the demo. 2 players combined for that one. But those are the types of plays you need to see Brewton-Parker making. Antics looking for a double, but it might be Manny instead. Actually, no. Kyler comes out of nowhere to dunk one player. Almost finds a shot there on net, but as for now, it'll be Brewton-Parker keeping the pressure. This is the team that you want to see for them to make a comeback here.
11 down the pitch, but this ball is never going to reach Yanini as Manny's in the way. Good read in the corner. Parker still making good reads defensively. That one as well. Kyler just shutting down what Siena Heights is trying to do in the offensive zone. Fuge flies past that ball, and so Brewton-Parker will be allowed to spring a counterattack track, but that is a wonderful web of passing plays, or passes rather, developing for Siena Heights. Again, shut down at the point of entrance by Kyler.
Yanini, though, doing a great job. All of his teammates, great play to make work of 3. Yanini might just find the net here. Manny, though, somehow getting back to that one. This shot's right back on, though, but Kyler coming out the shadows to make sure he can push that one off, and here comes 11. Solid play from him. Third man able to make a turn on this one. Does he have more than Tank? Looks like he will. 11 will try and play under, but actually nobody goes there. So this communication from Siena, but it just might be all way. Go for Manny! It's a great pass, a great coordinated play, but again, someone has to find those heroics.
Who's it going to be for the Barons? If anyone, they do have a lead intact. Siena Heights, though, knocking on the door of a comeback. Fuge one touch. Get back to it, and here we go again. Antics with space in the air. Manny up front. Antics, though, clangs off the crossbar, and Kyler's finishing opportunity goes off to the side. Brewton-Parker, a slight misexecution there, though. Might get a second chance as Kyler pops the ball to himself. Will finish it off with one touch to the crossbar. Not quite on target, and not quite there for the finish.
Kyler almost doing exactly what I think we hope for him to do. Step up with an incredible 1v2, 1v3 there, but unfortunately for him, can't find that last read, and so it's going to fall straight back to Siena Heights here. What do they want to work with? Who do they want to lead with? Kyler almost just grabs it from them, steals that one there, but Siena Heights still stay alive. Great defense so far, but we're waiting for that counter, for that pass like this right here. Still, it's just great midfield play from both teams. Nothing getting through either team. A trade of demos. Fuge is last man back. He survives the Manny bump, and neither player has anything to work with, but finally 11 has at least something to try and get a pinch with, but once again, it is still sloppy all around.
Still, Fuge, big time stop right there on zero booth. Brewton-Parker could have easily added to their 1-goal lead, but it is still a 1-goal game. Siena Heights, a manageable position for them in the final 80 seconds, especially with their playmaking ability, developing a shot like that, but Fuge, a little bit too light on the ball, so Manny makes a save, finds it clear, a demo, a play in the corner, set up for Kyler, but Fuge is right there to field it.
Great demo, but once again, Fuge stepping up. He makes another massive last man back play, and it might give Siena Heights the chance they need. That's 2 open Brewton-Parker goals that I think no one could defend that wasn't going to be in. But now Kyler, he's got to clear this one out. He's going to leave it for Manny, but passes still tumble down regardless. Antics, I'm not sure what that was at all, but it wasn't what he wanted, and that's not what Brewton-Parker wants to see. Tie game here in Game 5.
Oh, Antics, I guess he realized Kyler was mid. I'm sure that call was made, but he was nowhere near Kyler. Instead, give it right to Siena Heights, and a great punish by Yanini, putting that shot on target, but man, what a crucial mistake for Brewton-Parker.
Oh, we'll see if they can recover from that one. Obviously, a team plenty of mental experience, but Kyler, the new face, that's who I'm excited to see. Is he going to take over? Is he going to have his moment right here? Looking for a double. He will find it, but open the door for Manny, who slams it shut. 30 seconds left. It's not exactly the dagger, but it's halfway there.
This is why you have two teammates in a competitive game of Rocket League, to have your back. Antics makes a slight error on the last play. Next one up, Kyler and Manny do great things for the Barons, and they reinstate their 1-goal lead. But 30 seconds left. Siena Heights, we know how dangerous they are. Can they show how clutch they are at the end of Game 5?
On the other side of that, can Brewton-Parker finally be the consistent defensive team that they were in Game 1? It's going to take a Manny 1v3. Oh. That's not the 50 he wanted. Kyler out of nowhere, out of thin air to make that save look easy. Booj rips this one to corner. Not a lot of boost, but now we'll see if this pass comes through. It's going to go off the ceiling. Can somebody get there? It's close, but somehow it's two massive plays from Kyler, and Brewton-Parker finally gets some momentum back in this one.
Still, that was so close for Siena Heights. This very easily could be a series that goes to 7. The shots finally even in a game, 7-7. Brewton-Parker just one more opportunity, found its way in. And look at those save numbers. 6 for BPC and only 2 for Siena Heights. Shows you that BPC was just a little bit off with their shot opportunities, but on their back line, they were on point. Massive game for Manny. Shot 100%, got a savior medal, and Brewton-Parker now on tournament point.
Well, there's your hero ball.
Yeah.
What you needed. Manny with a great performance. I mean, opening the door for Kyler at the end to just barely make it. If Manny doesn't get that 50, I mean, it could have been worse, obviously, but if that 50 goes anywhere worse, then Kyler doesn't get there. So both players stepping up big there, and Brewton-Parker starting to look like their Game 1 selves. But only time will tell here. They're one game away from ending off Monday Night Lights as the champions, but we'll see what happens here in Game 6.
$60 on the line, given to the winning team by Final Form Entertainment, our sponsor for these Monday Night Lights tournaments, which have been so exciting all throughout their inception, starting last week, continuing this one, and 6 continuing the excitement with a massive dunk. Takes out 11 on his own goal line and gives Brewton-Parker a lead.
Manny jumps into that flip reset and then he uses it to dunk bottom left. An incredible mechanical play, another quick start, but now with the momentum shifted, how does Siena Heights respond?
Well, they give Manny the ball. That's not a good response at all, as he can do damage with space. Yanini, though, good stop on the back wall. Threw off Antics as well, so Kyler's low on boost. This could be an opportunity for SHU. Yanini, one flip reset, able to get into the other, but Manny awkward on the back wall. Parker still does well to follow. Good defense.
Watch out for 11, though. You look at who's the game changer for Siena, and it has been 11. If he's not the one scoring, he's the one assisting or bumping, it feels like. So we'll see if he can do something, but he's going to get a taste of his own medicine, getting slammed out the play there, but he might still get a chance. As Manny, no boost, he'll be beat by 11. 11 faking under 1. Is there a player to shoot? Kyler's not there to defend. Booj steps up. I mean, I was waiting on it. Here we are. Tie game, a minute in.
Food has been one of the best third men all night. Has been solid on the back line for Siena Heights and is always there to finish opportunities when called upon. And that's a big one because Brewton-Parker, if they go on a 2-3 goal run here in Game 6, I'm thinking it's close to over. But Siena Heights show their ability to respond quickly to Brewton-Parker opening up the score. And all right, we're back to even standing.
Siena Heights, if they have any memory of last series they played against this team, it was a sweep. And it was because they gave Brewton-Parker early more than 1 goal leads. And Brewton-Parker has something like that. They play really safe. They play really consistent. But other than those first couple games, we haven't seen that opportunity come through. And right now, tie game. So Siena Heights very much still in this. Brewton-Parker, close opportunity there, but a great read from Siena Heights.
It was a little telegraphed, as it took a while to develop the passing play from BPC. Like the idea, but Siena Heights too keen to let that one through. Yanini, a ball popped up that Manny will field using all his boosts, but 9 to get back to it for a flip reset off of a dunk. Creative at the midfield line for Manny, but Yanini in the air, lethal as ever. I think that was on target, but Kyler, big read on the goal line.
Knowing how he's been shooting, I'd probably say yes! And Fuge almost finds another massive goal, but no Siena Heights lead. Brewton-Parker stays consistent, but how much longer can you do it? How about they find the counter? Fuge, though, he's got 100 boosts. It should be okay. Everybody take a deep breath. We are halfway through, still tied with Siena Heights tournament lives on the line.
Not easy for either side right now, having to work on their goal line in offense just to generate opportunities, let alone goals, with half a game 6 left to play. At the center ball taken away by Fuge. Good read there. Kyler dropped down ball at 11. Cuts off. Yanini all up in the corner that he will lose the race to. But Fuge just there. Low on boost, yes, but always seemingly good for a clear.
Bump attempt from Kyler, and it might give Manny a chance to keep possession. I love that shot isn't forced.
No!
It is the exact reason why that goes in. It's such a smart play from Manny, and it's absolute tragedy for Fuge, who's been a massive keystone in this game, but unfortunately is in the wrong place there, and it's a 1-goal lead for Brewton-Parker.
Gravity is the enemy of us all, and Fuge could do nothing but just fall on top of the ball and put that goal in for Brewton-Parker. Unfortunate, but Siena Heights an opportunity now. Antix dodges the bump attempt on the goal line, and now is upfield for the open net finish. He puts it off the crossbar, though. Manny skies the rebound. Brewton-Parker can't finish their chance.
That right there is the exact moment Brewton-Parker was looking for. To find that extra lead, to find that extra safety net, but they give it away, and now Siena Heights don't want to do the same. They're going to find a shot blocked by Kyler. Manny touching it to Kyler again, actually. I thought Antix was coming up, but he will not be. He's last man back. He's been playing consistently third man for the last few minutes, but he can't get this one. Kyler somehow dodges the bump. Manny, for some reason, he's right below him. It's an awkward double, but that touch from 11 isn't what Siena Heights is looking for. Kyler almost finding something. Antix trying to do something. Manny, third man aggressiveness from Brewton-Parker. They're up 1, but they don't care, and neither does 11 trying to find a shot. Fuge's turn over to 11, but he doesn't turn.
Didn't have the boost for it, but does refuel at the midfield line and puts the ball center. Follows it with that newly refueled boost tank. And Siena Heights, they have an open net.
It's Antix and Kyler miscommunicating. It's Antix waiting on that ball, and Kyler swoops from under. I'm not exactly sure what the game plan was there, but they lose third man, and without a third man, no savior, and we're tied once again. 1 minute left.
Oh, anyone's game at this point. Brewton-Parker, though, winning the kickoff, setting up their offense through the corner. They have had the bulk of the possession in this game, but Siena Heights have found ways to respond when the Barons take a lead. 11, looking for a dunk on Manny. That's 2 gone. Yanini, last man back, and he's beaten by Antix and Manny. They've combined for so many scores tonight, but none might be more important than that go-ahead goal right there.
1, 2, 3, count them up on your hand, Manny, because that's exactly what it took. 3 players go by, Antix will take the goal, but Manny doing the heavy lifting.
Kickoff won by Brewton-Parker. They could add to their newly found lead. Antix off the back wall, can't go forward again, instead conserving boost. That's a touch over towards a Siena Heights player, but Fuge is demoed, did dump off the ball to Yanini in time. So 11 waits in the wings to see what develops. Kyler on 100 boost, can't do much with that touch. Fuge realized it, hopped on that play, but same can be said for 11. Has to back off, low on boost, 10 seconds left, and we need to see something soon from Siena Heights. 11 to carry lengthwise, but Kyler denies, and that's a great 50-51 by Manny. Siena Heights have to do it on 0 seconds, but they're awkward right now. Yanini's too far up. Brewton-Parker take Monday Night Lights. They win the $60 in 6, but what a grand finals that was.
An extremely stacked Monday Night Lights, and it came down to probably the next best team they could have asked for, and they take care of business. It wasn't a 4-0 like last time, but Siena Heights looked great all series. Yeah. Brewton-Parker finally found their rhythm in those last 2.
They did. It was close. Both 1-goal games to close it out for Brewton-Parker, but they did find a way to slow down Siena Heights just enough to win those last 2 games after they got halfway to winning at the start of the series. But Siena Heights settled in, looked very, very good. And I said it to both these teams in the pregame lobby while we were getting set up. I was like, it's an honor to have 2 future CRL rosters in my lobby. And honestly, I mean, with how they look, TJ, that could be the case.
I would imagine that they'll sit right where they are in the power rankings. Top 25, top 20. they're either going to be in CRL or they're going to be right outside of it. I mean, we'll see. This is a very talented year. I'm very excited for Summer Series. And we'll see how these rosters do, but both of them, I would imagine, are most likely locks.
Absolutely. I can't wait for that. That's coming up this weekend. So I have to keep a keen eye on the Summer Series Qualifier 1. But that's it for Monday Night Lights, presented by Final Form Entertainment, the $60 claimed by Brewton-Parker. But I have to shout out all the teams for competing tonight. It was the most entertaining Monday Night Lights, I think, of all time, and broke viewership records for my personal Twitch channel. The casting was wonderful. Shout out to my awesome team. TJ, I appreciate you joining me. Thank you, everyone that tuned in for Monday Night Lights. But TJ, I think we got a great glimpse of what the CRL East side, at the very least, is going to look like going forward.
Yeah, I'm thrilled to have official Collegiate Rocket League back. Well, not exactly yet, but CCA, big thanks to them for bringing things back. And of course, Bepic, you've been filling in the gaps very nicely here with these Monday Night Lights tournaments. So chat, you better make sure you go thank Bepic for even hosting this whole thing. And I can already see the raid queuing up as well. And another major league that's just a bunch of awesome people is Nation and the Collegiate CS boys. So Bepic, I'll let you take us into the sunset.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Next Monday's Monday Night Lights will just be show matches. The next tournament will return on July 8th. So a little bit of a wait, but there will be another Monday Night Lights $60 tournament presented by Final Form. Again, exclamation point Final Form in chat to go join their lovely community. But for everybody that helped make tonight possible, I've been MrBepic. I'll see you next time.